It's a pleasure to be here, Maxwell. It's a great time to podcast, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. How are you this evening?
Well, Sam, I've got a question for you.
What?
What was it like working with Taylor Swift?
Oh, inside jokes. I love them, don't we?
Classic.
But I wanted to start the show before we give context to that. The T-Swizzle, working with T-Swizzle.
Yeah.
Because our guest did work with T-Swizzle.
Famously.
And boy...
I'd like to think T-Swizzle worked with our guests.
Yeah. Well, we do have Boys Like Girls on the show later. Huge if you're into emo music. Or
Big get.
Went to Warped Tour ever.
Huh.
The Australian edition.
If you were at Total Request Live 2007...
Yeah.
Or Christmas Bash 2007...
Yeah. I mean,
huge gets, you know?
The gets.
It was the gets.
It's
the Hyundai gets.
Hyundai gets.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. I just wanted to start the show with a bit of insight for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You power moved me before.
Did I?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
You didn't notice you power moved me. It was just so...
Did I just let you into the elevator?
No. So what happened was, before we got on air, you offered me a drink.
Yeah.
You said, "Oh, Sam, would you like a beverage?" I said,
Yeah.
"I'd love one if you're having one."
Yeah.
And you said, "Oh, Pepsi Max?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Not a paid spot.
And you pulled out one can. I said, "Oh, you're not having one?" You go, "No, I'm having water."
Yeah. I look after this fucking temple, Sam. I don't know if you've ever seen me.
Way to make a man feel bad about himself. Anyway, as you can see, I've protested it.
I have the chiseled marbled body of a fucking Greek god.
Adonis.
But one of those, like one of the fucked Greek gods, like Dionysus or something. One of the ones that's like getting grapes,
one that likes
lowered
wine
into
and
yeah.
grapes?
Yeah. Not one of the nice ones. Not one of the like ripped ones.
No. But anyway, I thought that was quite... I sort of stood there accepting my defeat and my Pepsi Max going, well, fuck me, right? But anyway.
Coming to my house.
Well, I'm feeling relaxed. I've got my crocodiles on.
Hate that.
No, you don't.
Hate that.
No, you don't. Why are you so dressed
Crocs,
for the
socks
occasion?
and shocks, mate. That's how I feel. I had to go to the office today. Not often for a Monday for me.
Do you wear that to the
Peek
office?
behind the curtain for the listeners.
Do you wear that to the office?
Yeah, this is my
It's very bright, isn't
my
it?
kit for the day. Well, I just wanted to brighten people's days.
Did you go straight from the office to the studio?
No, I had to go to. I got dinner first. I went home and had dinner.
Yeah.
Came to the studio after that.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you look dapper.
Thanks. You look dapper.
I'm ready for bed.
You're a dapper little slapper.
I'm not a slapper, but I appreciate it anyway. Something new, Max. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
As we hinted, Boys Like Girls are on the show.
They are.
They did put us very kindly on the guest list for their show.
They did.
I had plans, but Maxwell,
I popped in. Sam.
you popped in.
Mate, it's like an
Did you-
episode of Seinfeld. Just popped on in.
Well, I mean, yeah, certainly. But they opened for Simple Plan and they had We
Yeah.
the Kings there as well. In terms of, as
Yep.
far as emo goes,
Mm.
raw!
What does that mean, Sam, in Dinosaur?
It means I love you in Dinosaur.
Oh, does it? Oh.
XD.
There's alternating caps in your MSN Messenger status right now.
I hate this town. Mum doesn't
Were
understand.
you old enough to have MSN?
I had MSN. I didn't have MySpace.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Getting MSN was a pretty big deal for me.
Mm. It would have been around for all of a year, I reckon, for you.
Yeah.
And then everyone would have migrated to Facebook.
And then it was Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have an MSN girlfriend?
No, I didn't. I was just a bit of a lone wolf, Sam. You know, I was a Sigma male. I couldn't even get through that sentence without laughing.
That's the funniest joke you've ever said. So funny you made yourself laugh more than you made me laugh.
Oh man, I hate people on the internet. Eh? They're all.
Wow. No, there's nothing said MSN more than chatting to a girl and telling her you loved her within 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then my friend sent that.
Yeah. Oh, so embarrassed. Fergus. Sorry, Fergus. He gets like that.
Yeah, the fringe sweeps up now, Sam, not down. So
Yeah.
I'm reformed.
No, the hairline certainly suggests that.
Yeah, I know. The hairline is.
Why do you think I wear hats all
She's
the time?
whittling her way back, but yeah, no, Boys Like Girls, great.
Yep.
For complete transparency, didn't do We the Kings, didn't do Simple Plan, just did.
Well, they didn't put us on their guest list, did they?
No, we're there for Martin, John, and Greg and Jamel. They got us there, and
You
that's all.
panicked then.
No, I had to really think about it then. Anyway, yeah. So really interesting set design.
Yep.
As in set list design, not the set itself, but set list design.
I'm going to see if it's on Google while you talk through it.
Maybe on like setlist.fm or something.
I like that website.
Great website. They played a good mix of like the old stuff and the new stuff off their album Sunday at Foxwoods, which is very different sonically to like the old
Very
emo
different
stuff.
to their self-titled.
Very, very different. Like if you've never heard the new album, I would say think 80s, think Stadium, and maybe also think like a bit like
Five Sauce.
yeah. So between like
Newer Five Sauce.
yeah. Not what's it called? American Apparel? Was that another song?
No, it's She Looks So Perfect.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Hey.
Clearly, I liked that one Five Sauce album and none of the others.
No, I have got their set list here. It does look like it's almost like one for one. Old, new.
Yeah. And then they dropped Hero Heroine, I'd say like halfway through, 2/3 through.
Yep. Number 12, they dropped that.
Number 12?
Oh, that's just Horden. Never mind.
Oh, it would be a similar set list, I think. And then they closed on The Great Escape, obviously.
Banger.
But then medley back into
Loved
Hero
it.
Heroine.
Oh, into Hero Heroine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you got like you got to kind of hear the songs, and we were having a long discussion the other week about the encore. What's the point of the encore?
Did they? Well, no, they were opening, so they didn't go off and come back.
No encore, but I think that's a pretty good. If you can't do an encore, don't want to do an encore,
Do a medley.
do a quick like a little, because it was probably like I'd say like an extra verse chorus of Hero Heroine at the end. So you got like you looped back around. I would say throw in just like a couple of little hits of the ones that people want to hear at the end. If you can't do a full encore,
I like that.
intelligent set design, Sam.
Martin and the boys. Hey?
Martin and the boys,
Martin and the boys.
thinkers.
Well, I am sad I missed it. I was saying off air that I listened to Boys Like Girls a fair bit when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And to meet them yesterday, I mean, they were very nice men.
Lovely.
Letting us into their dressing room that was no bigger than this office space.
Well, we did have to bribe them with some snacks.
Dixie drumsticks.
Yeah. Chicken eater
But
biggie.
it was one of those weird moments. I walked away and I was like, younger me would have been so excited that I was interviewing them.
Yep.
But in the moment, it was just like meeting.
It's because you just
dudes
play it
from
so
America.
cool, Sam. You know, like you're just
No,
such a
I'm really
cool
bad
cunt.
at identifying moments in the moment.
Are you saying that you may not have a full grasp of your emotions?
I think so.
Yeah, that's all right. We're both pretty autistic. It's fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I don't have a sense of occasion.
Mm.
So I go, oh, this is probably a big deal to some people. I should be feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
And then it's just,
I'm about to say something real wanky,
yeah.
and I don't intend it to. But sometimes when I'm going to like meet an artist that I love to do an interview, I don't have time to feel nervous about this or to like be excited.
No.
Because I'm trying to think about like what my questions are and like how not to fuck it up.
Well, I feel like when you're in the business we're in, where you're interviewing bands and you've got to have a level of professionalism, there's no time to be like, oh my God, I loved your first album.
Yeah.
Because then automatically the interview is...
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It puts you at a distance,
Mm.
and they're not really willing to open up and say anything interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this person's a nuffy. Which, interestingly, for people listening, it's probably not anything interesting for socials, but for the people listening that have sort of followed the show for a while, when Max and I interview one of our favourite bands, if we interview one of Max's favourite bands,
Yeah.
I will write the questions, and Max will write the questions for my favourite band.
Yeah. That was smooth and beautiful, Sam, and poetic. But speaking about meeting maybe your favourite band, I'm holding this. This is all I went to sit before, but then I needed to pick up. So I'm just going to hold it. So, Sam, speaking about...
This is so awkward.
This spot is sponsored by water. Speaking of meeting your favourite band for the third time,
No, it was only the first time.
we had to skirt the crowds heading into interview Boys Like Girls yesterday. Many of whom were there for a bit of a meet and greet.
Oh.
And you and I were having a bit of a discussion about like what bands we would consider doing meet and greets for. I really need to drink this, but
Just
I need to
finish
throw
your
to
sentence.
you. Yeah.
You've started to get the dry mouth. Yuck.
I'm gonna hate editing that later. What do you reckon? There's any bands that you would pay for a meet and greet with? Oh, I was fucking parched, Sam.
Yuck. So paid meet and greets, do we like them or not?
Well, it's not even do we like them. Like, do you think that there's a band that you would pay? I don't know. Let's throw an arbitrary like 180 on to go to a meet and greet with?
All right. So I've thought about this a lot with paid meet and greets.
Yep.
I don't know if I like them or not.
Yeah.
I think it depends on a lot of different things. I feel like if it's no more than $50 more than the ticket price,
Yep.
and it's just a limited number, so it's first in, best dressed, that's okay.
Yep.
I think I have a problem when bands are charging $100, $200 more than the ticket price purely just for a photo and a handshake. I think some bands do it well where it's a meet and greet. They'll do like a little bit of an acoustic show backstage for people. You'll get like
a light lunch, maybe a couple of hors
a light
d'oeuvres,
lunch, and then you obviously
amuse
get a
bouche.
tour bus ride back to their hotel where there's kick-ons and good times.
Now, I'll tell you what, if there was a kick-on ticket,
that's
not
having
bad.
to commit to a kick-on though.
Oh, yeah, you've like, the show didn't go great. We've got to go for kick-ons.
But I saw a video of Matty Healy talking about
Kick-ons. Might fucking kick off with that guy.
Yeah, wouldn't say I'm the biggest Matty Healy fan.
No.
But he did say, he put it in perspective, paid meet and greets, that bands should just take cash when people
When you go to
them.
shake hands.
Yeah. So then they have an idea of what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
I do think it's weird paying to meet someone. However, I also think you're paying for their time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So, like, if I was an American band, I was 5
You're the whole
people.
band. Yeah.
It's a lot, like...
Yeah.
And they need to... I know there's, like, revenue streams and all that shit. Financials that they got to hit.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I'd be lying if I said I haven't done a paid meet and greet before.
Right. Who with?
No comment.
Oh, how was Carly Rae Jepsen? You know what? I'd probably go meet Carly Rae Jepsen. She rules.
Well, I'd let you go and meet her. I probably wouldn't come.
I've never done a paid meet and greet. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. Like if that is your band, like that's who you fucking love.
Yeah,
go crazy. But I just can't think of a band that I would be like, I'm willing to pay some of my cold hard to go bloody shake some hands, kiss some babies with. Like, I don't know.
Well, gone are the days
Yeah.
of the city beach in the city
in-store
signing sessions where you just line up, bring whatever merch you have of that band
down at Sanity
and Rocking Horse Records.
What insane at Sanity.
But gone are the days of rocking up to like City Beach
Yeah.
with your merch and you just line up and the only payment is your time of the line and then you just roll through the table, they sign it, and your day's made.
Yeah. And like, I think a lot of ways we have access to bands and celebrities in ways like we never did, like social media, Twitter. You can see like what they're doing at a moment-to-moment basis.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're further from them in a physical sense because like security's so tight. Like, in days gone by, you would, and again, I'm not just trying to say like stalking is a good idea, but in days gone by, there was this, you'd go to the side door and you might catch them on the way out, they'd sign your CD or whatever. And that pretty much never happens now. Like security will whisk a decent sized artist into a van pretty much straight away.
Well, you saw Taylor Swift gets whisked to the stage
Precisely.
in a box.
So I suppose in the sense that from the band's perspective, it's a secure environment. It's it's
controlled.
It's controlled. It's still a way to greet the fans, meet the fans, hang out, have that same interaction that you probably otherwise wouldn't have. And you're making money off it. From the band's perspective, 100%. From the fans' perspective also, like it's organized and it's like, you're not going to get muscled out by some dude who's like, I'm a bigger fan than you.
You can have your moment.
Yeah. Like in that sense, I don't mind it, but I still haven't found the band or artist or anyone really that I would be like, here's some cash. Hey, how you going?
Yeah. I still think it's a very foreign concept. However, if the demand is there from an audience perspective, then like, I don't know why people talk shit on it. It's like, if it was you and you could make a bit of coin from people that desperately want to meet you that otherwise wouldn't get the opportunity and are willing to pay for that experience. I mean,
that's capitalism, baby.
Would you say that it's actually, you're doing them a disservice by not doing it?
As a fan or as a band?
As a band. Like if you...
Yeah, look, if the people want it, if the people are willing to pay...
Yeah.
I've put it this way. If I was in a band that's like as big as this podcast, so 6 people listened,
Yeah. 16.
and someone was like, "I want to pay you to meet you," I'd be like, "Nah, it's cool."
Like, bro, I'll tell you where I'm getting a beer later.
Yeah,
You
like
can-
just
don't overstay.
I'll buy you a beer.
Yeah, just don't overstay your welcome.
That's what I mean. Like
Sam gets awkward.
it depends on like my scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, you get too big for your boots or anything like that. But I feel like it really has to be only if there's a reason to do it.
Yeah. So, for context, Boys Like Girls had one, and so did Simple Plan.
Yep.
International bands.
Yep. They've both been around for 20 plus years.
Yep. I see both of them. That's fine.
Totally fine.
If you're our friends at Towns,
Yep.
and I'm sure they're listening and
Yep.
probably going, fuck, I would never do that in my life. Probably not the level.
Probably not the level.
I mean, I would pay to meet Towns.
But okay, here's the
But
thing.
that's just out of love for the band.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Here's a probably a different way of looking at it as well. Simple Plan, Boys Like Girls, bands that are probably older than 10 years at least.
Yeah.
The way that they interact with fans started offline
Yeah.
and has moved online.
Yeah.
Bands like Towns started online. Like they've always had like shit posting Facebook groups. They've got
Communities,
channels on
yeah.
Instagram. They've got like you can direct message the band and they're not going to care.
No. And
Whereas,
they reply.
yeah, exactly. Whereas like I think maybe it's a generational thing.
I think so. Because at the same time, those older bands there's an aura and a nostalgia to them. Like even me meeting Boys Like Girls,
Yeah.
I was looking at Martin going, I watched you on music videos when I was like 14.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, this is kind of weird,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to tell you any of this. I'm just going to sweat because you didn't put the aircon
Well,
on.
if they're watching this, it's going to be a bit awkward now, isn't it?
Well, no, because they're not going to watch.
No, they won't. That's fine.
If you are, very sorry.
Yeah, Sam was trying to play cool the whole time we were there.
Hi! I got it out of my system before we got there.
Oh.
Me and you and mine. Anyway.
I've got a bit of a game for you, Sambo. Sorry, unless you have more to say about fan meet and greets.
No, let's play a game. Yeah, right. Would you like to play a game?
Got a bloody game, Sam. Bloody game for you, Sam.
You
We're about to play a game.
No, we're going to play a game.
We're going to play a fucking game,
Oh,
Sam.
no, we're going to play a fucking game, are we?
Brother, it is a game, tell
No, you didn't say there was a game.
Naughty bit of game. Bit of chalky game.
No, you didn't tell me that was custard. If you know Arnie Donnie, you know. Oh. You didn't tell me that was...
Bit of Chrissy game. All right.
Anyway,
Game time.
let's play the game, shall we? That got weird for a sec.
That might... I don't know if that's going to socials, but it's probably getting cut out of the pod.
I don't think it's going to make it to socials. I think it should stay on the pod, though. What do you reckon? Stay on the
No, you
pod?
didn't say there was pod. A bit of Chrissy pod.
No, you didn't say there was pod. Oh, always room for a bit of pod.
1 second song, Sam.
That's
so obnoxious. It's so big on the waveform. It's a game that's sweeping the nation, Sam.
Is it?
That's actually not bad.
I'm like Aaron from Amity Affliction when he sings his cleans.
I was trying, off the top of my head, I could not think of a single fucking Amity Affliction lyric then. I was about to sing,
Well, if you've seen Amity Affliction live, you
Yeah.
know that when Aaron sings, when he hits his high notes, he goes,
on the way down.
drowning in the undertow. I feel like death drowning in the undertow.
right now and on the ocean too. Anyway.
I have so many anchor. Anyway, sorry.
The
The Amity Affliction.
Amity Affliction. All right, some
It's like
1
there's
second
cancer
songs.
in my bones.
It's like there's cancer in my blood.
Blood, not bones. It's like there's water in my lungs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I can't take another step.
Yeah. I feel like I've copped a bone. As that lyric famously went. 1 second song, Sam.
1 second songs. We've done about 6 intros.
Sweeping the fucking nation, Sam. It's pretty simple. I'm going to play you 1 second of a song.
Yep.
I want to see if you recognise that song.
I won't.
Then
I'll play you some.
I've lined up a few that I reckon you'll be okay with.
Your action?
Yeah. How about I start with something easy?
All right. I still won't get it.
How about this?
Yep.
Game. If you get it on the first go,
Yeah.
3 points.
Okay.
If you get it on this, I'll give you another second, 2 points, and then I'll give you a clue,
1 point.
1 point.
And then I've got 5 for you.
Great. All right.
Fantastic.
Let's start with the real easy.
Bit of quiet in the back, thanks.
Yeah, quite on set. Jesus Christ. Ready?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Smooth Criminal Alien Ant Farm.
Great. 3 points straight.
How good was that slurring word? Smooth Criminal Alien Ant Farm.
Good.
That is the sound of an Alien Ant Farm fan, actually.
Yeah.
Fucking Smooth Criminal Alien Ant Farm. Fucking Offspring.
Easy start. Offspring.
That's yeah, I don't know. That's just it's like that gateway band.
Yeah. Oh, you evolution.
If you like the Offspring, you'd probably like Alien Ant Farm.
What was their other song? Was it Crazy? No, that was...
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, there was one other song. All right. So we
Bring
good
back
start.
Mercury 4.
Good start.
Mercury 5?
I don't know.
How many Mercuries were there?
There are just the one. There's the one planet.
Oh.
Do you mean Freddy's?
No, it was a boy band.
Oh.
Anyway.
Second song.
3 points. Back in Black, AC/DC.
No.
I think I'm struggling with the dyslexia tonight.
Is that 6? That's 6 points, Sam.
I like Back in Back by AC/DC.
All right. Well, that wasn't bad. Let's try on something a little bit different.
Oh, that's Miss Murder AFI.
Oh, that's 9 points. He's doing very well here. All right, let's throw you something a little bit more.
You're in my realm.
Here we go. This will be in your realm, but one of those songs where you're like, I know the song, might not know the name.
Fuck. Oh, no. This is SingStar 101.
Oh, sorry.
It's The Reason by Hoobastank.
Oh, that's 12
one of the
points.
greatest bands that has ever existed.
Can you go clean sweep, 15 points? Let's find out. I'll throw you a curvy. Let's see what we can get.
In your own time.
Sorry. The second probably is going to help you out because is that again?
Is it just that again?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
How about I give you a second a little further along?
Yeah. Is it I Don't Care?
Do you want the clue or do you want one more second?
One more second.
All right, I'll pass forward a bit.
Nah, I got no clue.
That is Warp 1.9 by the Bloody Beetroots. You know this song.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. You could have played the whole song,
Right.
and I wouldn't have been able to tell you who it was.
Okay, well, fair enough. I thought that's going to be an easy win for Sam. One where he might struggle with the first second, then when he hears a bit later on, he'll be, oh, it's Bloody Beetroots, isn't it?
I have not ever listened to the Bloody Beetroots.
Well, we can fix that because they deserve a listen.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? Righto.
12 out of 15. Pretty good, Sam. Pretty good.
So what did I get? 9 out of 15.
You got 12 out of 15.
12 out of 15.
That's 4/5, 80%.
Bank
Well
it.
Cha-chang.
Alrighty, Max.
I'm quite nervous now because that was a really good performance. Stellar performance from Sam.
First one for you. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, let's do it. That is
I didn't even give you 1 second.
September by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Yeah, bang. I knew you wouldn't need long.
I never do, Sam.
All right. Shout out Max's Warcraft collection. Warhammer, even. All right, next song.
Cut my life.
Last Resort, Papa Roach.
Bang. All right. Next.
Yep. Ooh, Walking on a Dream, Empire of the Sun.
Yep. I was like Empire of the State for a second.
Enema of the Sun.
Enema of the Sun and Empire of the State. All right. Next one. I've got 2 deep cuts for you.
Oh, how deep?
Not very.
That's Client Liaison and World of Our Love.
Bang. He's got 12.
We're matched. We're
This
evenly
is
matched.
the-
This is for the win.
This is for the dub.
This is to clinch it.
And this one is... It's another curveball for you.
Okay, all right.
So,
Is it Warp 1.9 by the Bloody Beetroots?
you wouldn't believe it. It's Warp 1.8.
It.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that is Behind Blue Eyes as covered by
He's got 5 from 5.
Limp Bizkit, originally written by The Who.
Yeah. What a song.
No one knows what it's like to be the best.
I'm might listen to that on the way home.
Yeah, for sure.
Wind down the windows.
Well, I reckon we did pretty good for it.
Crack a fat
Collectively.
Jiffy. Spliffy. Jiff's what I used to clean my bathroom. As you can tell, me and the illicits, we go way back.
Roll that into your joint.
I'm going to roll a fat Jiff.
Rolling it up. bit of bath cleaner in there just to top her up.
And then get the duck head and put it under the toilet. Oh, fuck. How funny are GIFs, though?
Oh, classic.
Anyway,
We
we move on.
I think it was pretty solid 1 second songs all around.
Shout out to all headphone wearers. They'll feel like they're getting pounded in the head.
That was Sam.
I don't condone violence.
No.
Anyway,
I reckon it's almost time to throw to the band.
throw to the lads.
Throw to boys like girls.
Take it away, us. Well, on that note, we are here with arguably the most nostalgic tour lineup we've seen this year. But we are on the couch with the lads from Boys Like Girls. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
It's an absolute pleasure. And we're conscious that this is the last little leg of your Australian tour. So we did actually bring you a gift. An Australian gift.
Very sweet. What'd you get?
Let me find it first. I think it's in this bag. Here it is. So this is an Australian... I'd say it's like an Australian savoury stalwart of the...
No.
Biscuit.
They're called Dixie drumsticks.
Okay.
Sometimes better known as chicken in a biscuit.
Chicken in a biscuit.
Hold on. It's like goldfish. What is in this thing?
Kind of goldfishy, actually.
The thing is that this is so crazy. I can eat the trash over here because the food regs are so different. Wheat flour, vegetable oil, antioxidant. What is it? What even is that? Antioxidant.
It's just pure...
Modified starch flavor, icing, sugar, raising agents,
sugar.
yeast extract from barley,
Trash.
whey powder, salt, onion. What the fuck are you trying to do to us? Maltodextrin, cornstarch, mineral salt, hydrosaid vegetable protein, emulsifier, soy lectin. Still better than America, dude.
I reckon this is
anti-caking agent, bro.
I just want to know who comes up with this recipe.
This is a plug for Arnott's.
I was going to say this... Well, it's not even Arnott's. It's an amazing plug for Inner Biscuit. But these are a little... Baked in Australia. Baked, not fried. Give them a go.
It's a fucking fish. We call these goldfish.
We call them goldfish, yeah.
Less salty, though.
Less salty.
Less salty.
Bigger. They're like
We took your fisherman like, what if it was a chicken drumstick?
Goldfish whales.
Delicious. Yeah. So it's the chicken version of a drum, but it's still a fish. Chicken and a biscuit.
really sets off the flavor is the antioxidant.
Yeah, the antioxidant.
It's that icing sugar that...
Antioxidant third ingredient. New allergen. Oh yeah, you don't say. I like the chicken drumming. He's got a light on him too. He's just drumming.
Oh, in the spotlight.
Holding down the beat. Dude.
Well, if you guys, you know,
ate that, yeah.
if
Oven baked and alive with flavor, crispy.
It reminds me of something else mixed with goldfish, like sour cream and onion.
Ooh, sour cream and onion.
like a sour cream and onion Pringle and a goldfish, like yeah, I can see that. Nice.
I like it.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, we did... We've only got one more. We did think about bringing Vegemite, but we figured you've been to Australia enough that
Done
you've
the
tried...
Vegemite.
Exactly.
Salt in a can.
Yeah. Literally. Salt and
Strange
yeast.
salt in a can.
At one point we were discussing like really
Salt goo.
niche beers, but then we thought that might not, it might just go downhill from there. So yeah.
Yeah, it would knock a couple of us off the wagon, that's for sure. So
I just got a tattoo the other day of a koala holding a VB,
Oh, sick.
which I thought was cool.
That's pretty sick.
Honoring the Australian Budweiser. It's a VB. Yeah, it's like the Australian Budweiser.
The
Basically.
old Victor Bravo, Victoria Bitter. Yeah. If you come, so we're in Brisbane, we're in Queensland. That's sacrilegious to us. That's Victorian drink. 4X Gold is the
4X
Brisbane
Gold is the one here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
So I mean,
So,
it's
I
the
ate
same
it.
beer basically, but
I thought I ate at a restaurant today that was called 4X.
That's what it is?
I was confused. It was a 4X on the sign. It must have been the beer.
would have been the local pubs always have 4X just on the wall.
I was like, this is an interesting name for a place that's literally selling like nice fish on the river. 4X.
The old joke was always that Queenslanders couldn't spell beer, so we just had 4Xs.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
But
One more than racy, sexy movies.
we look. Sam mentioned at the top. We're here on tour. You guys have been all around Australia. You started in Perth. You've made your way east. You guys played Sydney last night. You're here in Brisbane for 2 nights. I mean, Sam mentioned as well. You've been down under many times, but you know, what does it? You haven't been here in a few years. Does it still feel like you remember it? Have things changed? Have the crowds been receiving you so far?
Been good. I mean, we've been twice in 18 months. So we came about 18 months ago. We did a headline and really wanted to do this run, so we came down for it and wanted to get back as soon as possible. Crowd's been great. Shows have been packed. Super fun playing the show. Interesting for us pivoting from doing like a really super long set, doing like a 105-minute set to go into 55. To an hour, you know, like I feel like I'm getting warmed up, and we're like, all right, we're done later. You know what I mean? And the Great Escape, you know. But it's been good. It's been good. And then we step right off this leg, and we go to Southeast Asia and headline again. So I think that show is pretty long, so closer to 120. So it's been good, man. I mean, we love it here. You know, like you know, once the jet lag wears off, it's like find a beach, you know, find some great food. Food's always really good. People are cool. Had some good accommodations. Been good, like some decent days off. We caught an AFL game after one of the.
Who played?
Brisbane versus Melbourne.
Brizzy would have won. Fucking up the Lions.
And they the Lions fucked them up, didn't they? It was like 80 to fucking Lions team. Yeah, it was cool. I had done a bit of research on AFL before, so I was curious about it. I was making a record with some Australians, and I knew that I was like kind of into the sport, but I'd never really seen it. This is like a huge stadium. It was like big. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I mean, I've been like 3 American football Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like this is like another level. It's a different thing.
Look,
it's fun.
I'll let Sam do some AFL chat in a sec. He used to
big.
This is off the
Well,
top.
we
He
want
used
to
to work
see
with
we want to kind of see rugby too, but we were going to do it last night, but it wasn't the rugby game last night. So we're diving in. We're diving into the culture.
What is the main difference?
The AFL? Yeah. Okay, so like
Then rugby.
American football, they like line up in fucking pads, right? And like it's like gladiators and they smash into each other, right? And there's like kind of 5 minutes of actually playing. This is sort of like soccer, but you're not really passing it. You're kind of kicking it and then running.
The rugby versus the AFL is different rules.
Contact in the rugby, and there's like these like 15-yard rules. There's these fucking 4 sticks. It's quite different. I'm probably not the one that's qualified.
I think
to
Sam knows
explain it,
the answer.
So I used to work for the Lions.
You did.
I did.
Sick.
Not as a player. So yeah, AFL. It's a 360 game. You can run anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And you can get hit from any direction, and you've got to kick it through the middle sticks. If it goes
For 6.
that's 6. Yeah. Outside is 1, and then not even in the posts, you don't score.
Yeah.
And then rugby is just you run straight, they run straight, and you just got to get through them.
And you fuck them up.
Fuck 'em
It's
up.
like football without pads.
And then you've got an end zone, and instead of just running over, you just got to put it down on the ground. Same thing. Yeah.
But yeah, unless you're making a lateral in which you throw back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
NFL feels like it increasingly has so many rules that it's like becoming harder and harder to follow. They keep trying to protect the players, and it's just making the game weirder.
It's happening in all the footy codes.
Is that
we don't wear pads down here, though.
It's actually a little bit less dangerous
to not wear pads.
Yeah, because like these pads are so hard. These guys are so strong that the impact is even worse.
Well, the helmet to the head as well would do damage.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You'd think it would be weird taking it away, though, but there's like less concussion. It's like, okay, you're going to take away the American football helmet? It's sort of like half the thing, right? But like...
It'd be weird.
Imagine telling the public, all right, we're going to take the helmets off the players. Like, everybody would be like, what? You know what I mean? But like...
It's just like
less CTE. Because people come in hot with them, you know, because they feel protected. You know?
True. They lead with their heads. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. But anyway... Back to the music.
Yeah.
One last NFL question, then we'll go back to the music. Are we all Pats fans? What do we?
Yeah. When you're from Boston, you have to.
I was
You
gonna say,
don't really have a
fights.
choice.
I mean, it's been a tough go.
Yeah.
This last couple of years have been brutal.
Last couple of years have been really hard to watch. We were really spoiled for a really long time. I almost tried to force myself to watch it. Just like you know the meme of like the old lady that like getting her eyes forcefully opened, just because it's like, you know, so many years of winning and like watching Tom Brady scorch every team and like and now it's sort of like no like I'm gonna stand by my squad. It's hard though, man. It's just fucking horrible to watch. It's just like you were so spoiled, man.
Well, as we say,
I've been watching Tom Brady for 20 years.
Yeah, it's hard to go back from that. Like
I was
you've
a
had the
freshman
best.
in high school in 01. You know what I mean? Like. even when I was 11, Bledsoe took them to a Super Bowl. Like, it wasn't a shit team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, it was before that, but I don't really remember. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Golden years.
The golden years. I mean, as we say in Australia, whenever a team's losing, we're in a rebuilding phase currently. So that's, you know, take that back home. The Pats are in a rebuilding phase to get back to the top.
Bledsoe was it? Bledsoe wasn't the quarterback in '96, was he?
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yeah.
Look, let's go back to the music, I suppose, while we're here. You guys mentioned that you were here 18 months ago. That was obviously before Sunday at Foxwoods dropped.
We booked that like pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic?
You know what I mean? Like, that was like a fucking nostalgia play. Like, play the first record front to back, Sweet 16 anniversary of the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Take, like, we did it in the States. It was fun to do. So we were like doing it worldwide. Like, I like hit Asia and hit Australia with it, and it got pushed back like fucking a million years. So we ended up here 18 months ago with like a 3-year-old ticket. But Sunday at Foxwoods is out now.
Were you dropping the tracks off Sunday at Foxwoods sort of like as a preview phase in that tour? Like, you know, and if you were, like, how are they now?
No,
that
not
they're
even
out?
close.
No, not even close.
No, not even
Played
close.
one. We
Did
did.
we?
Played the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. We did.
I think we only played it in Asia. I don't know
So-
if we played it here.
Allow me to rephrase. Close.
In that case, don't worry about the second part of the question.
No, yeah, that's a song that we had kicking around since 2014. Like, sort of like, hey, if we ever do a Boys and Girls record, this is a cool song. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So, like, we learned it for. I don't know, did we play it down here?
We must have.
I think we did.
Yeah.
We did because Andrew mentioned it.
Yeah, we played it down here. Yeah, so one. Yeah, one.
I mean, on this tour, you've got Simple Plan, We the Kings, you guys. I mean, you guys were all around when this scene was blowing up back in mid-2000s, even the early 2010s, and it was as big sort of culturally as it's ever been. I mean, we walked in this afternoon. There's a huge line waiting for you guys tonight. I mean, does it feel like the scene is back in a little way, or is it never going to be the same as it was?
I don't think it'll ever be the same. I also don't like. I don't know that I'll ever know. You know, like, I'm answering these questions about like rank your emo bands. I don't know that I'll ever know my true like. I don't know that I'll ever know our true space in I don't think anybody does, right? It's like you zoom out and it's like, oh yeah, we were a part of that thing. I think when we were in it, we were like, you know, this is working songs to pop radio, so we didn't necessarily feel like we were part of the boys club of it. You know, maybe early, you know, I think, you know, what's happened is that music has gotten dictated by an algorithm. So, you know, people aren't programming stuff anymore, and there isn't such a thing as a movement, you know what I mean? Or something to be a part of, or a club to feel like you're a part of, or a shitty church basement to play a show in with a bunch of bands. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like, you know, people aren't playing shows, people are making like 15-second videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's essentially you're getting sold commercials all day. And so I mean, it makes sense to me what's happening, which is people are going to a moment in time where they felt better about the music that they were being exposed to, specifically post-pandemic, when people are kind of like looking for happiness.
Yeah.
And where they're finding that is in the past. And, you know, it's interesting to us to see, you know, such an interest in, you know, not only our older material, but our new material through that, because you would expect that, like, it would be kind of just about, oh, shit, I really want to hear, you know, Two's Been the One, Love Drunk, and fucking Hero Heroin, you know, whatever. Yeah. It's a little more than that. It's, but it's interesting to see the public make a choice, you know, like they made a choice. They're like, okay, yeah, I think there's also something to be said in a way, like, I know, by the time I was born, so my dad would have been 40, he had kind of stopped consuming new music. So, like, I think there's also something to be said for, like, we're all kind of hitting that point where we're like, I'm good with consuming new music. Let's just rewind the clock. You know, but it's interesting. There's really young folks who are discovering the music as well. Like, you know, just based on streaming services, you know, in the same way it was like when I was in high school, I was like, what's Led Zeppelin? You know what I mean? Like, discovering shit. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's interesting. It seems to evolve, like, kind of every month, like what is going on. It started, like, you know, felt like pre-pandemic. There was like a bubbling in Los Angeles where they were doing this like emo night on Tuesday. You know what I mean? And then it was like all of a sudden it was like, yeah, and then it's like fucking this huge festival in Vegas.
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
bigger
When
than
we were
Coachella.
young.
You know what I mean? And then there's all these kind of tours that are cropping up with, you know, kind of lineups that feel straight out of 2008. It's great. I mean, I feel grateful that we were a part of something cool and something big. You know, it's interesting because there were some dark years where we really shut the lights off on the business that felt like, I think, being like in a hair band when grunge came in. You know what I mean? Like it was the shit. Nirvana shot her around the world. All of a sudden, Skid Row, like, you know, they just Nirvana walked over to Skid Row's amp and just like turned it all the way down to zero. You know what I mean? And like they just arrived too late. You know what I mean? And Sebastian was a fucking G.
Yeah.
And it didn't even matter because it was like, here we are in our flannels and we're ready to turn down your amp. And like, you know, we felt that in like 2011. You know, it was like somebody walked over and just turned the fucking amp down. So there's no more guitars on the radio for a little while, guys. So, you know, the natural thing was just like, let's just take a sec. When people are ready for a Boys Like Girls record, we'll make one. And so that we did.
I mean, yeah, that brings us to our next question, which is, and something that I think we were talking about it today, feels just as cool, you know, a different sound, obviously, but very much still a very, very cool sound, very like scene-oriented sound. First of all, I suppose, you know, when the lights were off when the shop was had the shut door for a while for you guys, what eventually brought you back to go, this is the time, we're ready to work on a Boys Like Girls album? And then I suppose the follow-up to that is what led to that sound for you guys?
Started feeding the playlist pretty early. Like started feeding the playlist like in like 2014, you know. So I think it's always sort of like, it's part of your DNA. I mean, we really like making music for Boys Like Girls since we were kids, you know. John and I met when I was 17, you know, like really young, like little. So, you know, I think we started, you know, it was always sort of like, you know, we never, I think a lot of bands like got a little sick of each other. We never did. So we were like hanging on the weekends, watching sports, doing shit, you know what I mean? There was like every like third time we'd hang out, it's like, we're gonna make a record. It's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, and then one day it was like, yeah, you know what I mean? And that day was like, I don't know what, like 2018 or something like that. Yeah. So it took a beat.
There was like a lull.
Then there was like a lull in
for
the
like
pandemic and like
yeah,
the whole
a
thing, you know what I mean?
year.
And it was-
I think it was as soon as we started, we maybe came back here and we started doing the stuff. You and I were just like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
Let's
we still
let's
played
fucking
shows
do
that
it.
felt good. Like when we came down here 18 months ago, it was like kind of like a trial run.
Yeah.
Felt like a soft way to like make a decision about like, should we put out a song? Should we make a record? Like, should we, you know,
Definitely a
put
pretty,
our other ventures on pause? It's
definitely a pretty big choice.
Yeah,
You know,
pretty
like
big choice, yeah.
like you either like go for the cash grab, or like let's fucking try
like,
to
let's try to like
let's
do,
try to do it
do the
bigger
business,
and
yeah.
better than we've ever
make
done.
a real record,
which is
and-
the goal.
And it
Yeah,
hit.
so we made a,
It
a
hit.
real record. Yeah,
It slaps.
So, yeah, thanks, man.
What's it been like bringing the new sound, the new record, to some of the older fans who probably know you for The Great Escape, Hero Heroine, those kind of guys? How do you think they?
It wasn't that I was nervous. It's not that you don't give a shit about that type of thing. I think, you know, we very clearly made the record for us. You know what I mean? Like it was, I think, you know, you make your first record and you have your whole life to do it, and then you kind of like become a caricature of yourself. You know what I mean? And like you kind of like trying to do something for the fans and whatever, and you feel fear and you feel like it's almost like the people who have defined your band like put you in a box that you never knew you were in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, cool, I'm in here. Cool. I guess I have to make this now. So much time had passed. It didn't matter. The reality is that we've grown up with these people. You know, it's been, you know, we started the band in 2004. So like the people who come at these shows, we grew up with them, you know? So I think our tastes have all sort of grown. I think if we came out and like put out our first record again, like essentially like note for note, I don't know that it would ping in 2024 because that was a 2006 album. You know what I mean? So obviously sounds developed quite a bit, and I probably will as we release the next batch too. You know, I think it's sort of like whatever we're feeling like expressing. So this is the vehicle, and you know, if they're down for the ride, you know, it's been interesting to see how down they are. I know for me specifically surrounding this type of music, it's really hard for me to push past the records that like were formative to me at like 15. So like, you know, like if I'm like thinking about being a sophomore in high school and listening to like Based on a True Story by The Starting Line, or like the first Used record or something, or like the Deja by Brand New or something, like in my Jeep, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm really stoked on this band's later record.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
course.
Because I'm fucking not. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like I want to listen to the one that makes me feel like I was 15.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I just do. I mean, it's like that's what I want to listen to. I don't want to listen to the later ones.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the one that makes me feel 15. And so when, just how it is. But you know, it's been great seeing people sing along to the new stuff, because we had pretty low expectations. I think it's like, you know, I mean, this is, you listen, but you go to Third Eye Blind, you want to listen to the Blue Album or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to listen to this shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I love Third Eye Blind. I don't want to listen to new shit. So it's so it feels good to see decent reactions to something like we weren't really sure about, didn't sort of detached from, you know, tried to at least, you know, because it's like, you know how it is. We know how it is. It's like, I know how it is. I know what's on my playlist. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you want to feel something, you go back in time. So, you'll never get those records again, and you don't pick them; they pick you. You know what I mean? Like working at some store in the mall, and the CDs come in, you pull it off the rack, and that's the CD that somehow shapes you. It's like not really like, you know, you're a kid.
Well, I mean, as good as that answer is, we are sort of running it fine with time. You guys have a meet and greet in less than 4 minutes, so we just have one final question.
Yeah, rip it up.
Based on the chat we had off air. What's it like working with Taylor Swift?
Wait, can you ask that like 5 more times?
7 more times. What would an interview be like without the classic 2008 question?
You don't have to answer that. It's okay.
No, that's good.
That's why we've got Taylor's version of the question as well. It's fine.
You got the yeah. Oh, in parentheses.
She was like, well, actually, it was like a really formative experience. I want to feel 15 again.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, lads. Really
Thank you,
appreciate your
guys.
time.
Cheers, man.